Hi, my name is James Shepard. Are you worried about walking into a business? I am going to help you to overcome this prospecting fear right now. Now, I'm actually really excited about this one because in the last video I talked about fear of phone calls, and in that case, there really wasn't much to tell you. I mean, if you watch the video or listen to the podcast, it was pretty simple. It was basically just pick the phone up anyway and make the dial. And that's the truth. I mean, that's how you do that. But when it comes to walking into a business, I have some more nuanced approaches that I really believe are going to be a big help to you today. So hopefully you'll latch onto a couple of these and they'll be a big benefit to you. So today I'm talking to those of you that have this fear. Many of you have experienced this. If you have, put a comment down in the comment section on the YouTube video and let me know if you've experienced this fear. It's this fear where you're literally sitting in your car and you just cannot get out of your car to walk into the business. I can raise my hand here. Like, I've definitely experienced this many times, and you're worried about walking in. I mean, you're in your car and you're like, oh, they look kind of busy in there. Like, what is going to happen if I walk in? And you just are in and you just can't get out of your car. It's like you're paralyzed. If you've experienced this fear, put a comment below and let me know. That'll help me out to know I'm not the only one. But you walk up to the door, you go to open the door to the business, and then you turn around and walk back to your car. And so we've all experienced this. I think if you've been out in the field for any length of time, sometimes you just get depressed and you just don't have the self-confidence. Because I mean, I'll be honest, it takes a lot of self-confidence to go walk into a business, to sell something. I mean, it really does. So many of you have experienced this, so what do we do about it? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of really quick tips. So the two main things that I do when I'm going to walk into a business is this. Number one, the way I get myself to walk into a business is that I get myself into the mindset of a customer, okay? Now, I know this is probably going to sound stupid to some of you, but it's funny to me because like a lot of the sales training stuff that you get, they don't talk about this kind of thing because sales trainers, it's been like forever since they actually went out in the field and sold. And so they don't understand like how this all works. But what I do is I literally get myself in the mindset of I'm not walking in there to sell anything, and I kind of give myself a break. Like if I go in there and it looks weird or it looks like maybe it's not going to be a good prospect or it's too busy or whatever, I can walk back out again because when I walk in, I'm going to pretend I'm a customer. Like that's how I'm going to walk in. I'm going to walk in pretending I'm a customer. So that's what I do. So again, that may sound like a really stupid thing to you, but it makes a big difference because if you can get yourself in that mindset that says, I'm just going to pretend I'm a customer, then it'll allow you to walk in. And really, if you're pretending you're a customer, I mean, there's a lot of outs that you have. And I mean, you can walk in if it's a restaurant, you're just walking up there like you're going to get a table. Or if it's a retail store, you walk in and you just look around the shelves. Like there's stuff you can do when you walk in if you're a customer. And that's why people come over here. You just look in, do you need any help? So that's what I do. I always walk in as a customer. That's the first thing. The second thing is I always start off talking about something that I believe the business owner is going to at least like engage in a conversation with me, okay? So one of my go-to questions is always, how long have you been here? That's one of my favorite ones. So if a business owner, like usually the way it works for me is I walk into like say a retail store, it's a small retail shop, it's the middle of the day, there's nobody there, and that's why I'm afraid to walk in because I'm like the only one. So as soon as I walk in the door, they're going to be looking at me, And I mean, for those of you that have never done this, you may not understand, but I promise you, like you try it. You go out there and like 20 times in a row, just walk into some business and like you're not there to buy anything. You're there to sell them something and you're the only one in the store and you tell me if it's not awkward. So anyway, because again, prospecting is not fun, it's not easy, and you're never going to like it, okay? You just have to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm a customer. I get out of the car, I'm a customer. I walk in the door, And then of course they go like, hey, can I help you with something, So what I always do right there is I'm still a customer in my mind, okay? Which helps a lot, by the way, in the sales side, because if you're acting like a customer, they're going to be nicer to you, And I'm like, yeah, I've actually never been in here before. How long have you guys been here? And that is like my opening line almost every time I walk into a business. Yeah, I've never been in here before. How long have you guys been here? That's my question, right? I just go to that right off the bat. And, usually they're going to give me a nice response because the thing is, they don't know if I'm a customer or a salesperson yet. So they kind of have to answer the question. And when I walked in, it was like I was a customer when I walked in. Like I walk in kind of looking around like a customer would. And it's funny too because it's funny, like a customer doesn't like to make eye contact. Because like when a customer walks in, they don't want to make eye contact with the person at the counter because then they're afraid that person's going to sell them. So it's almost like a reverse role where I'm walking in as like the anti-salesman, like I don't want to be sold by them. And I'm like, I walk in and I'm kind of looking around. Well, in point of fact, that's because I feel kind of awkward because I just walked into somebody's business, And so I walk in and I'm kind of looking around or whatever. And then they instinctively are like, ooh, this is a customer. I need to sell them something. So what do? They approach me. Hey, can I help you with something? Are you looking for something in particular? And so that really helps me a lot. And then it catches them off guard because then I'm like, I've never been in here before. How long have you guys been here? And they're like, oh yeah, we've been here about 10 years. We got another store uptown or whatever. I'm like, really? That's awesome. And we just talked for like maybe 30 seconds, Then I go into my pitch. I say, well, let me tell you why I'm here. I was just across the street over at so-and-so's business. And I wanted to stop in here because, again, I haven't been here before. And I was just curious, who are you guys currently using for credit card processing? Now I'm into my other conversation. But that first part is so important because it gets me in the business. I'm overcoming that fear because I'm just a customer. And then I have my first question ready that works in every business to keep it from being awkward, And that allows me to just walk out if I need to or whatever. And so it gives me the air cover to walk into businesses like over and over and over again. So how do you overcome the fear of walking into a business? Well, 2 tips I will give you today. Number 1, get yourself in the mindset of a customer and walk in. Like, it's a hardware store. Think about, I wonder if they have a good hammer. I need a hammer. Think of something that you might actually buy there if it is relevant. A carpet, carpet store. I'm like thinking about, you know what? We do have that one room that has really old carpet. I'm going to go in there. I wonder if they have anything for that. Like, I literally am thinking about it. Like, I'm a customer and trick myself into that. That gets me in the door. Then have a question that they're going to want to answer right away, which is for me, hey, I've never been in here before. How long have you guys been here? That's my next question right off the bat. Then that'll usually get me the comfort level I need with that thing. Then I'm going to go ahead and give the pitch. And so that's how you overcome the fear of walking into a business. So if you're worried about walking in and you need to overcome that fear, try those 2 tips. I think they will help you. Thanks for watching and listening.